Hello to my freedom-loving friends. I'm Peymon Motahede, the president of Freedom Law School, which I created in 1996. And for over 30 years, I've not filed and paid any federal income taxes openly. In this presentation, I will cover for you this topic, a new topic. I've been going out there asking Americans, and I will do more of that. Hey, what if you could legally and safely stop filing and paying federal income taxes? Would you still pay it? Especially if I give it to you with a 100% guarantee. So it's lawfully and safely. Well, I went out there to Patrick Bet-David's event in Orlando, Florida in September 2025, and I spoke with many people and asked them exactly that question. In this presentation and other ones, you'll see some of the responses people gave. Why do people pay income tax? And would they stop doing it if they realize there's no law requiring them to do so and they could do so safely? So with that, I invite you, before I go on, to remember this, that you've been deceived to pay federal income and payroll taxes and corporate taxes that you never legally owed in the first place. For over 100 years, since 1913. It sounds incredible, but it is true. You can verify it for yourself independently on our website, freedomlawschool.org, and start living a free life for free on your own if you want, or together with the other Americans like yourself with a guarantee. So with that, let's go watch the video, then I'll come back at the end of the presentation and answer your questions. Here we go. Let's talk to three people in this presentation. You'll see now part one. Okay, all right. My name is Peymon. What's your name?
I'm Darius.
Darius.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm a Persian.
Salam.
Salam.
Chatori. We're just speaking Persian, guys. Sorry. My countryman said hello. Darius. But we'll speak English for you guys, okay? Hello, Darius.
Yeah.
How long have you been in America for?
For more than 10 years.
Okay.
I'm an American citizen now.
Great. How did you get out 10 years ago?
It's a long story. I dropped out of high school when I was 17 and ran away on foot from Iran, and I ran to Turkey, Istanbul.
Yeah, I know. That's the way you got there, by foot.
Yeah.
Well, I know. I heard, in fact, my relatives also got out from taxi to Pakistan. From there, they got out. So I know what you mean. I was in the 80s that did that. Yeah. So congratulations. How do you like America, Darius?
Oh, I love America. This is home. This is America. I die for America, and I love it. We are the greatest country ever existed, and we're going to be the greatest. We're going to lead the world. We need America to lead the world in order for everyone to be safe, happy, healthy, and grow.
And peace.
And peace. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. So what do you do for a living, Darius?
I have my own business.
Great. What do you do?
Yeah, I have multiple lines of businesses. I have a tax accounting business. I have a very small hedge fund, and I'm building the technology for compliance for school districts as well.
What kind of compliance?
It's mostly regarding the financing education compliance.
Okay.
For example, you get budget from federal government, you get budget from the state, and then you have to report back, and you tell them, oh, I spent your budget on kids' education. I didn't do anything else with it. We make sure that budget goes to kids' education.
Wow. You do all that. You've been in America for only 10 years? Man, I love this guy. This is entrepreneurial, immigrant, living the dream, making it happen. Are you married?
No, not yet.
Oh, I got some wife. Maybe I got a good wife for him. We'll see. Okay. Yeah. He's a stud here. You're a good, beautiful wife. I got him. Okay. Let's get back to the issue. You see, you do tax work also?
Yes.
Like you file tax returns for people?
Mostly for businesses, for business owners with multiple lines of business,
Okay.
or an investor who invested in multiple companies.
That's a very specialized kind of return that you do. You don't do regular mom and pop, but you do some of these a little more complex situations.
Yeah, exactly. I've done for employees in past. I've done for 12,000 people. One time I had to file taxes for 12,000 people, and
Wow.
it was lots of work. So
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of late nights,
Yeah.
all nighters
Oh my God!
before April
Yeah.
15th, right?
You don't want no.
Wow. Talk about a hard worker, guys. This guy has it. See, unemployment is high in most countries of the world like Iran. And here, the jobs everywhere. They just want to work. You know, homie Americans say, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. You know, well, okay then, go where someplace else. You know?
Exactly.
You know? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I got a tough question for you, Dariush. This is going to be a little bit out of your comfort zone. Okay, you ready for it?
Yes.
He's a tough guy. Why do you pay income taxes?
I pay income tax
Why do you pay it? Yeah.
mostly to keep the world secure.
Okay. That's it?
Most of it, and then healthcare, education as well.
Okay.
For our kids' education.
Okay.
To keep the country clean,
Uh-huh.
to have safety, security for our citizens, and for the rest of the world.
Okay. Now let me ask you, is the part of the reason because you believe there's a law that requires the people of the 50 states to file and pay federal income taxes?
Yeah, that's a big part of it too.
Big part of it? Do you know what the law is?
Uh,
The code section?
no, not exactly.
That's okay. No problem. Now, let me ask you a question. Your question will be a little bit different. His going to be a little bit different than the other guys because he does for a living tax returns. 12,000 1 year by himself. Man, that's a hell of a job, okay? Now, what if I could show you, okay, that we've been deceived as a nation? The semi-Ayatollah Khomeini deceived people, Baba, just, you know, just as something from my personal thing.
Yeah.
When I was here in the revolution, I was a teenager. So the barracks were emptied out of the guns of the Shah. Okay? And then Khomeini told everybody, turn their guns to us because you might hurt each other by accident. And everybody trusted Khomeini and gave the guns back. And once people were disarmed, man, he cracked down, took over power. You might not remember, he was young enough, I'm 62. But that's what happened. You know that's what they did basically, right?
Yeah.
What if I could show you, Dariush? Similar thing happened in America, my friend.
Oh my God.
That since 1913, they international banksters, the big banks that created the Federal Reserve, the privately owned Federal Reserve, they deceived the American people to file and pay income taxes when there's no law requiring the people of the 50 states to file and pay federal income taxes. If I could show that to your satisfaction, not my opinion, you independently verify that. If you know that's the truth, would you stop filing tax returns for people?
I will think about it. I will definitely consider, thinking about it. It's a huge deal. We should definitely look into that. Yeah.
Yeah, look into
To get
it.
into the bottom of this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
I like the attitude. We gotta get to the bottom of this. That is very true. Well, Dariush, I've been showing American people for over 30 years so not to pay income tax. I haven't filed and paid for over 30 years.
Wow.
IRS knows me very well.
Wow.
They know me so well, I beat them in court. Okay? I had 13 years of taxes, over 600,000 zeroed out in tax court back in 2009.
Wow.
And I've been under criminal investigation since 1992. Okay? 1993, I'm sorry. And even right now, I'm under investigation, never been to prison. IRS knows me. So, because I'm not breaking any laws. So what I show is to educate people of that. No law requires the people of the 50 states to file and pay federal income taxes, Dariush. And that this is how the swamp, the deep state, got funded. This is how they did the coup in Iran in 1953 against Mossadegh. brought Shaw back as a dictator, as you know, in Iran. All the stuff they do across the world, all these wars, Ukraine, Gaza, all this stuff, funded by money that they deceived us to pay. So I'm going to give this to you, my friend, as my gift, Dariush, so you can independently verify. This is the law. This is not opinion. All you see in here, Dariush, let me open up for you, is the laws that's published by United States Congress, uscode.house.gov, and then the U.S. Supreme Court. This is photocopy, actually, of them. So that, yeah. So, yeah. You know, I've met a fellow countryman. You know, I can't get your contact information right now, but you get in touch with me later on. Darius, because yeah, contact us. All right, my friend. Thank you, Darius. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, my friend. How you doing? What's your name?
Guillermo.
Guillermo, I'm Peymon with Freedom Law School. Where are you from, Guillermo?
I'm California.
I was from California. Monterey Bay, the Bay Area.
Yes.
Oh, so you're living in Florida, or you just...
no, just visiting. Came in yesterday.
So you're still living in Monterey.
Yes.
Oh, the land of homelessness out there, huh?
I was just saying how there's no encampments I'm seeing out here, and that's pleasant to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, in California, it's something going on over there.
Yeah, I was in Southern California
Oh,
for over
okay.
30 years before I came here 11 years ago.
Wow.
All right.
Great show, though. Are you enjoying?
Oh, yeah, of course, of course.
Awesome.
So what do you do for a living?
I was doing sales for about 10, 15 years, and now I just got my license for insurance. So,
Okay.
And the man over there, he's quite an insurance extraordinaire, so I wanted to come see him live in person and
Cool.
get to learn some of his tips and tricks.
Very good, very good. So let me ask you, do you file and pay federal income taxes, Guillermo?
I think a little too much, but yes, I do happen to pay those. And
He knows his pocket is being emptied out and he doesn't like it.
yeah, I'm still paying back tax from 2022.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and me and my wife just made too much that year, and we're still paying it $300 a month, and then paying this year's tax. So it's there, and there's a penalty every month that you owe them tax, and there's interest, of course, 8%. So it's a fun trying to get out of that, but it's you get down, and then they're like, well, the penalty's there, and it comes back up, but. You know how IRS is. You can't. They're gonna get their money, so you just gotta pay it.
He says he paid too much. Do you guys hear that? Well, we'll help him with that area, okay? Too much. No, you didn't make too much. That was not the problem. You make too much.
We thought we made too much. We just didn't have enough write-offs. Is what we weren't playing it smart.
Okay.
We had a house to write off. That was our first year of having the house. But you could only write off $10,000. I couldn't write off anything else, and unfortunately, that's where we got hit.
Have you filed for 2024 yet?
Yes.
No, you're
That
fine.
year we actually got money back, so that helped out. But yeah, the 2022, we just both got 2 bonuses in that year,
Okay.
and that did us wrong.
All right, well, let me ask you a question. Why do you file and pay federal income taxes?
So I could stay in the IRS's good grace. No one comes knocking at my door or anything like that. I guess that's probably the best answer.
That's a fair answer, right? That's what you expect more people to say. Doesn't want to mess with the IRS to go to prison or have his bank account, the house, and stuff taken, right?
Exactly. I don't know what they're capable of, but I don't want to find out the hard way.
Extortion racket, he's saying. Yeah, that's what they are. Okay, I understand relate to that. All right. Well, let me ask you a question then. What if I could show you to your satisfaction, Guillermo? Number one, that you, as someone from the 50 states, is not by law required to file and pay federal income taxes. And 2, I could show you how to do it legally, as I said, and safely. In other words, you don't go to prison. IRS will not take your house. They will not take your bank account. In fact, if they do, guess what? I'll reimburse you in full.
Hey,
If I could do that, would you do that?
I want to see the pamphlet you have.
I like this guy. He already knows where I'm going. He says,
I'm like, hey, cut to the chase. What do you got?
okay. Well, congratulations. It's our fast track. Your success, lawfully and safely paid no income or payroll taxes with 100% guarantee, because no law requires 99%, which is the people of the 50 states, of Americans to file and pay income and payroll taxes. I'll give you 50,000 if the laws in here you can show me I'm wrong. This is the laws passed by Congress, the U.S. Supreme Court, and they guarantee all less of Missouri. Congratulations, Guillermo. You just won the opportunity to be free. You'll probably never see me again except online if you go to Freedom Law School's website and our YouTube channel. And then, okay, your pre-existing situation, a little bit extra mess. I can help you with that also. But the main thing is from here onwards, do not file that 1040 income tax confession trap form. Okay, that is what gave IRS the power to mess Guillermo, because he didn't know, he did not have to do it, and he signed under oath that he owes the IRS all this money that he's still paying. See, people don't know. My people suffer for lack of knowledge, right? The Bible says a common sense thing. People don't know. We're here to empower people with the truth, with the knowledge, so they can be free. You came here to be empowered to live free. Congratulations, Guillermo. We're there for you, my friend. From now on, you're going to keep millions and millions in your pocket for your family like you want to.
I want to do it.
Okay.
So, I mean, I don't know. We're taught just every year, go do your taxes. So how is this different? What are you talking about with the no tax on here, or just don't file, or?
Well, the thing is that we've been deceived as a nation to pay income tax that we don't owe, because the federal government is prohibited from taxing the people of the 50 countries or states directly. The Constitution does not allow for it. Okay. So what they did, they deceived the American people by pretending they're taxing you when they're not. See, the word United States in tax law means only the District of Columbia, not the 50 states like Florida or California. Okay. So it's a U.S. individual income tax. You think, oh, I'm a U.S. citizen. It's about me. But it's not. Hidden in the definitions, the United States is D.C. They didn't tell you that. And the accountants and the CPAs, they make money by enslaving you, having you voluntarily fill out that 1040 form, sign here under oath that you owe the IRS money. So it's been going on for about 100 years. I'm an immigrant from Iran, came to land of the free, home of the brave, but found out, wait a minute, there are slaves here. What's going on? So I was educated by some great patriots in 1992 about the Constitution and the tax laws. And I said, well, let's spread the good news. That's why we are people, to meet people like you, Guillermo, to be free.
Is this going to go on your Instagram, or where could I see?
Right now, you've been broadcast live at Freedom Law School's website, freedomlawschool.org, okay. On our YouTube channel, on our Rumble channel, the social media. You're going to be live. You can see yourself. You can see
That's what I want to see this, and I want to see other stories you have. And I mean, there's a book I'm reading actually right now that's kind of in time with this, The Creature from Jekyll Island. Oh my gosh, how the Federal Reserve was built, the cartel they call it, and just how they basically are doing the bailout with taxpayer money. And that's Congress is getting hit with, hey, we need this taxpayer money or there's going to be riots. It's a lot of deceiving going on, and they get the bailout, and the taxpayers are the ones paying it, and we're the ones who are getting taxed in the first place. So that book kind of really opened up some eyes, asked some questions. Those questions are like, what's going on? And when you see things like this, you're like, So kind of, step and step, but it would be nice to continue this, read, do a little more research, of course. Knowledge is power. So, understand what this is all about. But thank you for sharing this.
You're welcome. Edward Griffin, who wrote the book, he's a personal friend of mine for 25 years.
Wow.
He spoke at my freedom rallies in 2000, 2005, 2007. I have his personal cell phone number.
So tell him good job then.
Tell him that his book got this man's eyes opened up to that we've been lied to add this. Yes, 1913, the international banksters who set up the Federal Reserve, privately owned cartel banksters, same time they did an income tax to make sure the federal government can pay 6% interest on the loans on the phony money the banks were going to make the federal government. They can pay it back without the states in any way hindering or stopping the federal government for robbing the American people to benefit the bankers. There's a connection there. Yeah, there is.
That's pretty much a cliff notes of the book right there.
You got it.
Very nice.
All right, Guillermo, so you got it. All right, my friend. Yeah.
All right.
Call us. We'll be in touch.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, what do you guys think about that? Some people, like some immigrants, don't know much about America. They just assume it's their patriotic duty to pay taxes. Some people think, it's needed for roads and schools, even though roads and schools are paid for by our primarily local taxes like sales taxes and property taxes. Okay? And people, even when you tell them straight up, they can be 100% legally right and safe. They just can't find it believable. And they say, well, maybe we'll talk about it because I think you're not telling me the truth. But we'll see. We'll give everybody the chance. Remember, these brochures we got, we will mail them to you for free. Fast track your success. And the other one, the original, Restore Freedom. Same content inside, different cover for different crowd. They both show you inside why no law requires 99% of Americans to file and pay income and payroll taxes. And there's $50,000 cash reward for anybody that can show the legal conclusions here are in any way wrong. You can call us at 813-444-4800. We'll mail them to you as many as you want at no charge to you. Okay? And you can go out, pass out in front of supermarkets, at events, freedom-oriented, political, civic meetings. You can give it to your parents, brothers, sisters, children, siblings, co-workers. Just get it out there, folks. Have fun with it, okay? And it also helps you get a real quick summary of the legal issues. All the 5 videos in our Step 1 on the law, they're all summarized in here, okay? So with that now, momentarily, I'm going to go to your questions. Okay, so but before I go on, let me just remind you all this, everybody. We have put together 7 steps to free yourself of the IRS. Deception, fear, robbery, and slavery. And I've done that because, to educate people, I had to come up with a simple way to make it happen. Okay? That I could have anybody show anybody in simple 7 steps how to be free of the IRS. So here it is, as you see. This is the 7-step plan in front of our website, okay, to regain your power and freedom, okay? And you click on the 7 steps gold bar on the front page of our website. That's where you want to be. Click on this gold bar right here in center, and that takes you to how you can free yourself of income tax, okay? Step 1 is follow the law, right? Now, this these gold tabs are for the brochures. We got the Restore Freedom booklet, Fast Track Your Success booklet, and then request booklets to send it to you. You can click on that. You can also download them, okay, these smaller bars on the right side. At the extreme right, share the link. You can share that on your social media. You can copy and paste it to your text messages, and you're out there. And also the videos are right below them. The original 10-minute video covering the basics why 99% of Americans are not required to file and pay federal income taxes. And then these 4 other short supporting videos. And then below that, the 5 longer videos of the same ones that I showed you above. Now, that is always the first step because people believe that, oh my gosh, there's a law requiring me to file income tax. But that's the first thing. Second thing people say, oh, Peymon, but I don't want to go to prison. I don't want to lose everything I own, bank account, paycheck, my home. So I'd just rather just pay the IRS anyways. So leave me alone. Well, that is answered by this. You have to stop filing 1040 income tax forms because you put the rope around your own neck when you sign the 1040 form under oath, under the penalty of perjury, and you state under oath that you owe the IRS money. You owe them nothing until you tell them under oath on the 1040 that you owe the IRS money. So stop that, and you can stop income tax withholding really easy. Okay? All you got to do is to go to our website, okay? On the right, if you're an employee, here, the drop-down menu comes up. The third item is free yourself from tax withholding. So you click that open in a new tab, and you can legally and safely stop your company from stealing income tax, supposedly, taking it from your paycheck, give it to the IRS. So you don't have to file something next year to get some of that stolen money back. You get to keep all of it to begin with. So then the next thing that happens, people say, well, Peymon, IRS will come after me anyhow because, I'm afraid. I'm a famous guy. I'm a rich guy. I'm a big, I expose government corruption a lot. Someone's going to try to get me because I'm very important. Somehow or another, I'm very important. They're going to come and get me. Well, that is not true either. That is false because IRS is extremely incompetent. And what they rely on is on bluff. They're the Wizard of Oz to scare you, Dorothy and her friends in the Wizard of Oz, with fear. That's how they got you brainwashed. With the help of the false charismatic preachers and the news media to be afraid of the IRS, panic, adore the government, okay? They tell you to file early, and that's how they get you to begin with. And step 3 after that is really, the detail of step 3 is they're just bluff. They're bluffing you. There's 80 million plus non-filers. 80 million plus Americans do not file 10 for income tax forms. Okay? So those are the key first steps that you want to start out with. And then recognize step 4 is, look, it's a Wizard of Oz. It's not a Godzilla. It's a lizard. With no teeth, the IRS. That's what they really are. And I've been the IRS. Our students none of them have gone to prison or lost anything to the IRS with levies or seizures of their homes for over 23 years. I've done this for people. Help people like you to be completely safe. Okay. Now the next two are the icing on the cake that really take everything home all the way. You don't need to pay tribute to the system, to its really slavery, if you question authority and ask your congressman to show you where's the law. Show me where I'm wrong. These petitions at Freedom Law School show you clearly you're not required to file income tax. If they can show you wrong, when you send them these petitions, then you pay income tax. Otherwise, just simply stop paying income tax you never owed in the first place. It's your money you work hard for. Price of eggs have gone up. Price of food, price of electricity have gone up. Your paycheck and everything is short. Why give it to the crooks and criminals in Washington, D.C. for these wars, for the waste that they do with your money? Keep it. Don't let them do evil with your money. Keep it for you and your family that you work hard for and it belongs to in the first place. And then, if you choose, you have the option in step 6, okay, to be like founding fathers, joining hands together, and in a Restore Freedom plan, and you're going to get 100% guaranteed. IRS is not going to mess with you at all. If they do, we do all the work. We pay the attorneys. We'll prevent the IRS from taking your money. You'll not go to prison, and we'll reimburse you if they ever take anything from you. See? Safety can be accomplished by us rather being lone wolves. Coming together, working together, we're much more powerful, and that's the key to restore freedom in America. Okay, that's how you turn America around from slavery to freedom once again. And on top of all that, one other suggestion I have for you is to spread the truth. Love and spread the truth by do not keeping this to yourself. Tell everybody about our freedom message, about the law, the truth, And this is the way we're going to restore America to its greatness. America and our families are going to be the winners. You and your family and everybody you know, we all going to win together. So do what you can, everybody, to take part in this restoration of our republic. All right? Our website, freedomlawschool.org. As you drive around town, put your cell phone up, let it play, watch the road, listen to our videos on our website. Don't go on our channels. Go to our website. Watch the 7 steps first before you go out to our social media video channels. Okay? Because you need the basic education that's organized nicely for you at freedomlawschool.org first. Okay? Call us if you have any questions. We'll answer questions for free. Guide you to our website that has answers for you in more detail. The number to call our office is 813-444-4800. So now I'm going to go to your questions that we have right now. One person on a call waiting to get the questions answered. Okay, and if you have questions, the number to call is 424-552-1299, and then you press 1 on your telephone keypad. Again, the number to call with questions is 424-552-1299, and then press 1 on your telephone keypad to get your questions answered. So we have a caller right now from area code 858, followed by a caller from area code 214. 858, area code caller, please give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please. Are you there from area code 858? You're live, my friend. Go ahead and speak. Okay, I don't hear him from area code 858 for some reason. Okay, let's see. Let's go to the next caller to see if it's for our end or their end, the problem, okay? The 214 area code caller, we are going to go to see if the problem's on our end or your end. Let's see. All right. Go ahead and announce yourself, my friend. Give me your first name and how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question from area code 214. Are you there? I don't hear you from area code 214 either. Okay. I don't hear him either for either one of them. Looks like we have a sound problem there. Okay. All right. We're going to try to work it. Apparently, the problem seems to be on our end, the technical problem. We'll work on that. Now, I guess I'm going to take this time to tell you guys a little bit more about history of Freedom Law School, and if there's a chance about the future of where we're going in this plan to restore America to freedom. Remember, I came from Iran, people. There, I did not have freedom of speech. Most of the world, countries, you could not criticize the government openly, exposing government corruption and criminality. They just put you in prison. You don't get a trial. If you do, no jury trial ever. Okay? They can just take your stuff without a trial. But in America, you get a trial before they can do anything to you. If they want to put you in prison, you definitely get a jury trial of 12 citizens. Okay, they decide your fate that are not government paid by its prosecutors or judges. That is huge. The fact that you have First Amendment rights to free speech, to associate and assemble with like-minded people like we are doing here online, okay, to publish material, put it out there like I'm doing with you, and to organize together to stop government corruption and criminality, to restore freedom and prosperity and peace for you and me and all Americans. That is the pinnacle of First Amendment rights, completely guaranteed, well recognized in our system of laws. The problem is we don't exercise those rights. We don't tell other people about them. Okay? We just get disillusioned when somebody is unfortunately deluded by propaganda and lies of all these decades and tells you, I'm not interested. Well, it's not that they're not interested. They're brainwashed. They've been lied to all their lives. So when we tell them the truth, they experience what's called cognitive dissonance, which means if you've been lied all your life, again and again and again, when you hear the truth, you'll reject it because it does not match the lies you were told all your lives. So people need to hear the truth again and again and again until their mind gets prepared and softens up and starts thinking, maybe I should take a look at this thing. I've been hearing about this more than once. You know, maybe it's time for me to look at this issue a little bit deeper for myself. So that's what it takes, everybody. You tell your friends, they hear it from you again, they hear it from another friend, or somebody else again, and that's how we get it out. You think your sound problem fixed up there, guys? All right. We're going to try to get your questions answered, everybody. Okay, we have an 858 area code caller, and then 858-405 prefix. That's two of you from 858 area code. Let's get your question, my friend. Give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please.
Hi, this is Barbara. Are you able to hear me okay?
Yes, Barbara. Go ahead. How did you hear about Freedom Law School?
We found out about you a few years ago, actually, and have been following you. I actually called into last week's Freedom Hour. I'm the one from California who my husband and I filed with California in 2024, or sent them our state income taxes.
Mm-hmm.
State told us they never received them, even though we have certified proof of delivery. Mm-hmm. But somehow the feds have our information. I think I had mentioned that last week.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems that California forwarded our income tax to the feds, who are now asking us to pay. I have two quick questions. We need to resend in our California state income taxes because they're telling us they never got them, even though, again, we have certified proof. We're assuming that we do not include our 1040 in that. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then the second question is, do we call the federal IRS and ask them to show us what they got? Because we know if they somehow got a 1040 from us through the state, it definitely wasn't signed by us. Or do we just ignore these letters?
Ignore these IRS collection letters they're sending to you. It doesn't matter, because if they really want to take your stuff, they have to send you a letter by law called Final Notice of Intent to Levy and Notice of Your Right to a Hearing. That's going to be a certified letter that will come down the road. So you can ignore all these letters right now. At that stage, you could ask for a hearing within 30 days as allowed by law and challenge them and remove their bogus taxes that they threw on you. Okay, so for right now, relax. IRS cannot touch you. Okay? Any other questions, Barbara, for the situation you're describing?
Thank you for that. I guess the question is, do you think they will send us a notice of final levy, and will we have to appear at that hearing?
That will be down the road if they do, not right now. They don't just come take your stuff. There's a bunch of letters they're going to send you before that, first-class letters, and one certified letter before this certified letter comes. You know, there's a long time to go before they do that. They may never, ever attempt to take your money, and after 10 years, the whole fraud will go away anyways. What you want to do, go to our social media, we have the course called A Practical Road to Freedom from Oppressive Taxation and Control Level 1. Listen to the video audios of that class. I talk about these things, about the steps IRS has to take before they come take your stuff. They cannot just come take your stuff like that. They don't do that. But to understand it more, just go to our website. And I think I have a thing. Let me see under educational material. I got the blog articles. I think it's in there. I have the progression of the letters the IRS sends out also. So you go there, and I think I have that in there. So yeah, don't worry about that right now. You're good. You're not in trouble at all. Anything else, Barbara?
Do you have any idea how they would have gotten our information?
At this point, without seeing your files, I'll be guessing. Okay. At this point, I need to see the letters that you're describing. The letters that the FDB, the IRS may have sent you, all these things. Take a look at them, then I can get a better idea. Without that, I'll be doing too much guessing. And I don't want to give you the wrong answer. So if you really want to know more after close analysis, you may want to do a paid consultation. But you probably don't need that at all right now anyhow, because as I said, you will get the chance to challenge them, and these letters mean nothing. Nothing. You don't have to worry about these letters at all. You're good. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome, Barbara. Okay, we have another call from area code now 214. You're live with Freedom Law School, my friend. Please give me your first name. How you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please.
Hi, this is Kevin, and I heard about you from YouTube.
All right.
So I've been watching some of your videos and just had some general questions, which I actually wrote and couldn't get through. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Terrific. So basically, I've had to take medical retirement and have paid the IRS, unfortunately, for 50 years. And at this point, I've got a extension of the 2024 return, which is coming up. I'd have to reply by October 15th, as you know. Mm-hmm. Having left the company with no income, I had to go through investments, sell stocks, etc. So does this also cover not just your income, but also proceeds from sales of stocks and cryptocurrency as well?
Yes, because the bottom line is that you never owed any money to the IRS, no matter where you lived. Okay? No matter what the source of income is, you are not a citizen or resident of Washington, D.C., therefore, you're not required to pay any income tax on anything you made. If you made money in France, pay French taxes. If you have income from Egypt, you pay Egyptian taxes. But you have nothing from D.C. It's a foreign country. The D.C. government, that's United States taxes there. Doesn't matter how you make it, it's all yours to keep.
Okay. And the other question was, and I'm sure this is just a plant by them, when I went to the website, it came up with reviews, etc., that came out and said that you and your spouse have been found guilty by the Ninth Circuit, blah, blah, blah. Is that factual, or is that just something that they put out there to scare people from, following this course?
Guilty of what? Never been to prison for taxes. No, guilty of what?
They're saying that
never been guilty at all.
No,
what's that?
Okay. What I did was I typed in what the statement they made was, that you were found guilty of evasion under the Ninth Circuit.
Nope, that's not true at all.
So that's just something that's not factual.
That's not true at all.
Okay, and tell me. Okay, cool. And tell me that you offer a paid service as well.
Do I offer what?
So that you offer a paid service. So if I wanted to call and talk to you direct or whatever and have more detailed questions or share information and have you render hey, this is what you need to do in the steps, since I'm 3 weeks from having to, either file or forget.
If you want a private paid consultation, I'm available for that. But I charge $1,000 an hour for that because I'm so busy, and there's only one of me.
Sure.
People I've trained under my guidance, I supervise, that charge only $300 an hour. So you may want to do that if you want to get some more one-on-one attention and privately get your questions answered. Otherwise, our website really answers your questions anyhow at freedomlawschool.org. So you have choices, and I recommend people take advantage of our free options as much as possible before considering the paid options. Besides that, we have a Restore Freedom plan where you can protect you 100%. So does that answer your question for you?
Yeah, and then lastly, just a little clarification on, I think that there was something I read that you offer to pay for, legal, etc. Is that under the paid plan, and if so, which one?
Restore Freedom Plan. That is a program where everybody like you gets together with other like-minded individuals. Okay, you see that on my screen if you can see me on the video, and this is where you all pitch into a plan. 30% of what you would have otherwise paid the IRS. You pay the IRS nothing. You keep 70% of what you would have otherwise paid the IRS. Okay, and contribute 30% to the Restore Freedom Plan. And this way you can enjoy 100% guarantee you will not go to prison. IRS will not take any of your stuff. Again, we do all the legal work. We pay the attorneys. And if they take your money illegally anywhere else, we will reimburse you in full whatever the IRS took, so you have no risk. So that's available as step 6. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And is there a way for them to, I heard previous caller that they were worried about, the IRS coming after them and, somehow touching incomes or accounts. They have to go through a long process, so there's really nothing to worry about.
Worry about what? I just covered everything the IRS may potentially do for you. You covered every way around. What's there to worry about?
Okay. And then lastly, I get paid Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, and the premium is determined by the income, the adjusted gross income on a 1040. So if I don't file a 1040, how would they qualify, or how would they calculate the premiums due for Medicare?
You don't. That's why I recommend Americans divorce ourselves from this corrupt system. Do you trust the doctors that want to jab you? Do you trust the vaccines is coming out? Now, the Trump administration just exposed the fact that, so many of our young children, men and women too, have autism because of the vaccines. Who gave that to you?
Right.
The people that Medicare pays.
Right.
You trust these people, the government? And these people kill you with vaccines? You trust them for your health? No, my friends, don't do that.
Right.
We've been lied all of our lives.
Right.
3 things you got to do to live longer, healthier.
Well,
one, eat better food, have some movement, exercise, and get sleep, or rest. If you do those things, you'll be in much better shape.
So then I would have to go and get private medical insurance then?
No.
As opposed to Medicare?
No, don't see the MDs. I'm telling you openly, do not see MDs, medical doctors, until it's the last resort. Your body's like a house or a car. Okay? If you've got junk material in your house or a car, it'll break down. Well, and if you maintain it properly, it will not. And you got to put good material in it and maintain it properly. So, and you got to use it. You can't let it sit there forever. It's going to go dry. So, same thing with your body. Put good material in it. Do not eat processed foods. Okay, which is so commonplace in America. Do not eat fast food.
Right.
Okay, eat lots of saturated fat, a lot of grass-fed red meat, pasture-raised organic eggs, and the raw milk grass-fed dairy, so wild seafood. Minimize breads, carbs, sugars, candy, junk. Stop going to birthday porn, food porn parties. Okay, that's a poisoning because it was celebrating, birthday. Let's poison each other with some sugar now and poison. Okay, yeah, that's what's going on. It's called food porn. Okay,
right.
And exercise
Yeah.
of some sort. Walking, stretching, moving, lifting weights, running, sprinting, anything you do, get that blood circulation going. Swimming, okay, that's how I stay in shape at age 62. Okay, and then get rest. Get sleep. Sleep deprivation is a problem. Your body can repair itself. You won't need all these doctors. That all they can do, what they do for you?
Right.
They either give you poisons called drugs, and they're the only ones that can give you poisons because they're licensed by the government to give you poisons. Drugs are poisons.
Right.
They're not natural. Or they cut your body parts and throw it away. Gee, that sounds like a great solution. Right? Or they do chemotherapy. That's all they do. Doctors in America, most of them, do not have even one class in nutrition when they go to medical school.
Right.
Let that sink in. Let that sink in. This corrupt media, they lied to you all these decades, and they corrupt about this corrupt medical pharmaceutical system. Okay? They've been deceiving you that way too. So stop trusting them. Stop supporting them. This corrupt system. When you get rid of all this, by stop participating, it's not Medicare. It's not care. It's not health care. No more than life-saving, gender-affirming care is affirming your gender or life-saving. It's all
right.
planned words. All it is the insurance companies make money, doctors make money, hospitals make money, pharmaceuticals make some money, right? Politicians make money, make you enslaved, and you're just like a victim all these years of what's wrong? Something's wrong here. You trusted them too much. Start reading, thinking.
Right.
You want to know about nutrition? This is a website you want to go to, westonaprice.org, okay? The best nutrition advice in the world. Dr. Price found the natives were healthy, no diseases they had, okay? And no gout, diabetes, cancer, anything, okay? Go there, and it's the number one website on earth. You heard about keto and paleo and carnivore, all that? It's Western at price. Somebody's making money off of you by calling it paleo or keto, okay, or carnivore. It's all Western at price for free. Start eating better foods. Put good food in your body, not garbage. Commercial food garbage, okay? And get some rest and exercise. You'll be fine. You don't need those doctors. And when it's time to go, we all go, okay, healthy, but not with all those diseases. All right? Anything else,
Right.
Kevin?
And one last question on Social Security. If I don't pay taxes or file returns, will they cut the Social Security off?
They don't affect each other. They're not relevant.
Okay, so they can't attach my Social Security.
Well, they cannot attach Social Security check, correct. No, wait, hold on, wait a minute,
Okay.
hold on. Let me say it straight out. No. Look, first of all, I hate Social Security. I despise it. It's socialism, it's communism. And I'm sorry they got too many people believe in this system because they deceived you into believing you paid into it when you did not pay into it at all. They robbed you and spent the money on wars and corruption way back over the last 50 years.
Right.
That's right. It doesn't go to your trust fund. No such trust fund.
I know
exists.
there's no such thing.
They're robbing other people
Right.
right now and give you some money. So I recommend to people, if you can, stop getting dependent on this stuff. Become independent, and you can be independent of this stuff. Okay? Don't depend on them. They might take 15% of that Social Security check, whether you file or not. They can potentially take 15% of that Social Security communist check.
They could take 1.5 or 5.
Yes, 1.5.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because at 68, I don't have much of a choice at this point other than to take it. So,
No, you don't. Yes, you do.
I sucked in.
Well, wait a minute. I don't buy that. I'm going to be 63 in a few weeks. 5 years younger than you. And I'm still working full time and then some. So I don't believe that.
Right.
And don't you deceive yourself. People tell you you're weak, you're old. You're not. You're old. You're not young, but you're not that old. Okay. So don't you believe all the lies that you're weak. You know that you cannot work. That's not true at all. You're very capable. You got to believe in yourself, brother. Okay. And I'll tell you one thing you can do. You have gray hair. People naturally trust you, believe in you because you're older, you're wiser. Go in front of your supermarket locally, pass out our Restore Freedom brochure. Say, live free. Okay? Fight inflation. Keep all your money. Don't pay income tax. Okay? No law requires you to pay income tax. Here, free education.
Right.
You can do that, can't you? Yes, you can. So
Yeah,
guess
I
what?
could do that.
You got a job. Yes, you just got to have a job, and you no longer have to depend on these guys. You do this in 6 months to a year in front of supermarkets. Just go hang out there every day, 5 hours a day for 5-6 days a week. I guarantee you, you will not need that communist social insecurity and money anymore. You're going to say, take it. I don't want anything from you. I can handle it, take care of myself,
right.
And you'll feel good about yourself, brother. But why is it that they trained us to be weak? They trained us to sit home, watch television, to go on Facebook and just go on the cell phone, go up next page, next page, next page, and then dependent upon the government. We got to get off that whole mentality, my friends, and all of us can be free. America was made great because we didn't have government there at all to supposedly help you, but they actually weaken you.
That's exactly right. Yep.
Okay?
Yep. That's correct. Yep. Is there an income producing potential with those brochures?
Well, yeah. I forgot to tell you, sorry. When you give them to other people, put your name and phone number on the back page. When they join, we will give you 50% of their what they paid their first year membership to you, okay, for referring them to us. But you got to become a member first yourself. The minimum membership is $2,000. $500 payments you can make. That's okay. You can do that. So otherwise, you get 25% goes toward your membership, and then 50%. Yes, you're going to get paid. I want you to get paid. Someone joins for the membership is $10,000, you get $5,000. Membership is $100,000, you get $50,000. Okay, it's just a numbers game. Go out there and love everybody with positive energy and wisdom and knowledge, and believe it or not, yes, a lot of people are brainwashed. A lot of people are afraid, but there is a distinct minority of people like you and me, my friends, out there looking for someone like you. Show them the way. I just heard online that 120,000, check this out, I heard it today, 120,000 requests from Turning Point USA that people want to start their own chapters of Turning Point USA. Because somebody got their attention in the news that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, okay? And they realized, I want to be part of the solution. But you see, they heard it on the news. Well, you don't have the news access, sorry. But you got your brain, eyes, ears, mouth, feet, hands. Go out there, share our website, freedomlaws.org, with other people. Our brochures, put it on your social media. Go out there and have fun. People are brainwashed and afraid. Look, love them, love them, love them. Every so often you may want to bring it up again, remind them to take a look at this material, educate themselves, open the eyes, ears, and brain. But go and reach out to new people. They're waiting for you out there, Kevin. All right?
All right. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome, my friend. Thank you for calling. We have right now more callers. One we have from area code 951. And then another one from area code 630. And then let's see. I think that's it for right now. Correct? Yep. Okay. All right. No, we have another one for area code. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. All right. From 951 area code. From Riverside, California area. I used to live down there. Not too far from you, brother. Give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please.
Hey, Dan.
What's your name?
Dan.
Dan. Okay.
Yeah, I went to your classes when you lived in Irvine.
In Tustin.
In Tustin, Irvine. Yeah, Tustin, Irvine, 40 years ago, maybe.
About 30 years ago.
Yeah. 30 years ago. I was the guy who made the cover of the Free Enterprise Society. They came out to my house, remember, and videoed it, and the sheriff told them to get the F off my property. Didn't you hear the man?
That was a long time ago, Dan. How you been? What's going on with you?
Yeah,
What's on your mind, my friend?
Oh, I haven't participated since 19 years now.
Uh-huh.
And I haven't heard of Pete.
All right.
But I've got some. I'm selling some commercial property that closes in October with $5 million in gains.
Okay.
And I'm wrestling.
Okay.
I'm the sole member of the LLC that owns it.
Okay. So what's your question?
Well, I'm trying to defer.
What?
I'm just trying. I'm trying to set up a deferment trust or something, just in the event of.
You don't need that stuff, and that will not necessarily protect you, my friend. If they want to cut through it, they can cut through it. Okay, trust and LLCs. They're okay. Right. They're good. They're not bad. I don't say not do them. Okay, but don't think that's going to protect you from the IRS. In fact, oftentimes, people do these things to evade the IRS, and IRS can get you for tax evasion because they say you did all this to hide from the IRS. You don't need any of those games. All you got to do is simple. Okay. Join the Restore Freedom Plan. Okay? And what it is you contribute 30% of what you would have paid the IRS. And you get to keep everything else. We take care of everything for you. So, for example, in this case of a $5 million gain, okay, and I'm not sure how much is long-term, short-term gain is. Let's just say for simplicity that you would pay the IRS otherwise, let's say, $1 million. Make a simple number, okay? And you're worried. Sure. The IRS will come after you for $1 million. They want you to file and say you owe them $1 million. Give them $1 million to get them off your back. That's what your dilemma is. But you don't have to do that. You don't have to sell your principals, Dan. It's very simple. All you do is say, okay, that $1 million, I'll take $300,000 and contribute to Restore Freedom Plan. This is a modern-day America's founding fathers. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, Benjamin Franklin, you, me, other like-minded people. That's what it is. We get together and put our funds into freedom, and the other $700,000 you keep with peace of mind. That you will not go to prison. All the lawyers are paid for, with me guiding them, and any legal thing comes up, we do the work, we pay the attorneys. Even if they take your money for some whatever reason, they take from you whatever is, $10,000 or $10 million, Freedom Law School will reimburse you in full. You have zero risk and go forward, and you feel good, and you know that you are not in it just for yourself, just for because you can't take it with you when you pass away. You can't take it all with you.
Right.
Why do you live with all this $5 million? I can eat how much grass-fed beef and pasture-raised eggs and can you eat on vacation? How much can you do? How big of a house do you need? How many fast cars do you need? Right? It matters more to you and me, Dan, that we stand for something. I'm worth something. I'm a good person. I'll do the right thing. And I take care of myself, good, but I'm not selfish. And I want to love and help other people, especially those who, like me, want to help themselves and help each other. So that's what I'm going to be part of. Restoring America to freedom. And you get most of the money, 70% of it is yours to keep with safety and peace. So let's do that, brother, because we could really use your help, brother, to reach more people, folks. Let me tell you something. Right now, I sent an email we sent to Turning Point USA. Well, I'd be a sponsor of, right? That was about maybe a week ago. They haven't got back with us because they're busy. I understand that, But I told my people, hey,
Right.
I think we ought to let them know when this stuff calms down a little bit, the event coming up. We want to be a six-figure sponsor of Turning Point USA. That's right. 6 figures. Okay? And so how big of a 6-figure? 100,000 or $500,000 or 900,000? Well, it depends. Depends how many people join us and contribute so that we can contribute to these other causes at the same time while we protect you. That's what we're all about. Your money is not going to go to Peymon bank account or whatever. My family, I got to leave a little bit for them, yes. But we got so much coming in, millions and millions that I plan to bring in. We got to get to hundreds of millions and billions. And with that money, guess what? We could have funded Charlie Kirk's with our own, amongst ourselves, but not pay the swamp. Okay? So the time has arrived. Dan, everybody like you, my friend, for America to return to its greatness, but it starts with each of us in our hearts and mind. Recognize how great we are, but we're going to act upon that and get together and make it happen. Anything else on your mind, Dan, I can answer for you, brother.
No, I of course, I've been following you for a long, long time. Clearly, Tustin. We sat in your apartment.
Yeah. Well,
good stuff.
How old are you now, Dan? By the way, how old are you at this time?
I'm 62, but I won't take it.
Okay, so same age as me.
I haven't. Yeah. We're the same age. I haven't taken the social insecurity. No.
Good for you.
I got another property.
Yeah.
Pardon? I refuse to take it, but like I said, I was just going to set this up. If they were to come at me from that angle, the whole capital gains nonsense, and then at least I follow the protocol.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I get your point. I get your point too that it's evasive.
Yeah.
So I might as well just be forthright and blunt. But I have not participated in filing for 19 years.
Good for you.
And I refuse. I've actually taken. I haven't heard from him in years, but the last time I did, I took a Sharpie and I raised my middle finger and I put it on the page and I traced the outline and I sent it back to him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I haven't heard of Pete since.
Mm-hmm. Good.
I've got another property that's a $2 million piece that should be closed in here by the end of the year as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you can understand. You don't stuff that in your mattress.
Yep.
So it's a blessing for certain.
Yep.
And I just want to try to take some precautions.
Yep. Some precautions, but remember, you can't take it all with you, okay? So that's my thing. I was telling my wife the other day, she said, look, I want to give. I mean, all this white hair used to be dark hair, I got my nephew in the pool playing, and she says, oh, Uncle Peymon, you got a pot belly. And I was laughing with him. I said, yeah, I got a pot belly now. I'm 62. But when I was young, it wasn't like that, you know? And who knows, I'll be another 30, 40 years. I don't know if I'm lucky, you know? So I'm here just having a good time, you know, living the good life, being honest and true to myself, everybody out there, loving, do the right thing. That's all you can do, right? And then, so when now I'm in a position I like to give. When I was young and poor, you were too, Dad. I remember back then, that's why I came to my classes, to keep more of your heart and money. We need somebody to help us out, give us a hand in our youth. Now, the tables turn. Now we get to be the one that gives, you know, and it feels good to do that. Anything else before I go next caller, Dan?
Pardon me?
Any other question before I go to the next callers with questions?
Oh, no, that's it. I'd like to talk to you, you know, in private, but...
Well, let's do that. Do a private one-on-one consultation, Dan. Send me a picture so I remember you, because I don't remember you from 30 years ago, brother, to be honest with you. I remember. I got a lot of people back.
Oh, you remember.
I'll remember you once I see your
Sean
picture.
Sean put me on the cover of Free Enterprise Society magazine that month.
Yeah, but I don't remember which one of the editions was that. That was a long time ago, Dan. But it'll be good to connect with you, brother. Yes. I'll likely have to connect with you again. It'd be nice to see you. Do you live in California or some other state now, Dan?
No, we moved from Southern California. We're in Nashville.
Good for you. A Freedom State, Tennessee. Good. Good move on your part, of course. I'm not surprised.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, yeah, let's get together. Let's talk some more, okay? Give us a call. Let them know when you call. Hey, I'm the guy that was on the call from 30 years ago. I was in Peymon's living room teaching classes where we took our shoes off at the front door. We sat down on his couch, and he taught classes. Yep.
Well, keep up the good work, brother, and God bless you. And we need to unite for sure.
Thank you, Dad. It's good to connect with you after 30 years, brother.
Oh, likewise, Peymon. Take care.
All right, my friend. Take care. All right. Let's see. We got area code 630 caller. I think that's it, right? At this point, the number to call if you have a question is 424-552-1299. Press 1. 424-552-1299 and press 1 on your keypad to be added with people with a list of questions. You know, time flies, folks, okay? So my suggestion is enjoy your life now. Believe in yourself. Believe in the truth, okay? And let me tell you, you are the best kind of people in America. You really are. You just don't realize it. People like you that believe in truth and being good and honest and expect that from the government or public servants, you are way like 9% easy, every one of you above the rest of American society. Just off the bat. I don't care if you're not perfect. You got some problems out there in your life. Okay, we all do. You got imperfections and mistakes you made in the past. Doesn't matter. You are the good kind of person that changes the world for better. You are the kind of people like Charlie Kirk who stood for something, believed in something, like America's founding fathers. So don't let all this negativity get to you, brothers and sisters. Okay? Stay positive. Keep going. Smile. Love people. Tell them the truth. Okay? And you're going to have a great time while you reach prosperity, you know. And I think Kevin, I really want to see Kevin go out there and make his life turning around like Dan has for 30 years. He doesn't have Dan's 30 years of experience of not paying income tax and be free, but that's okay. Better late than never. It's never too late to improve your life. Never too late to improve your habits. Never too late to start new. Okay, with better health, better energy, better knowledge, okay, taking better action and turn your life around. And at the end, you're going to say, I'm glad I did it, despite all the concerns and fears and apprehensions I had inside. Okay, so go for it, brothers and sisters. Okay, 630 caller, and then we have after him a 659 area code caller. And then after him, we got area code 919 area code caller. All right? 60 area code caller. Give me your first name. I heard about Freedom Law School. And then your question, please.
Hey, Peymon. My name is Alexander, and we talked a couple weeks ago. I've been following you for a few years. Found you through Joe Bannister. And my question is, for traditional investments, because I have a little bit of money on the side, and it's I'm trying to find out if there's a way to get it to, and how do you invest? I'm trying to figure out how do you invest in traditional market instruments like index funds and all these different, I mean, like, an index fund or mutual fund. How do you invest in the market without, like, if you're starting out now, they tell you to sign to do a Roth IRA, but of course that's paying tax now. And then there's traditional Roth. So I don't know. Every financial advisor I know on the planet says to set up your taxes now. But even these companies who offer the investments. But how do you invest? I mean, is the only option just investing in crypto and that's it, and just staying out of the game, staying out of that world? So I was just curious on your thoughts on that, because there's a lot of different ways to invest. But everyone that I've ever come across, even real estate, I mean, it's what that guy said, the last caller, it seems like the tax guy is involved. So I'm trying to figure out if there's any way to do that.
Well, first of all, you can invest anywhere you want to. Don't worry about it, because you're afraid that because the 1099 will go from your stockbroker or mutual fund company to the IRS. They're going to come after you. It's not true. The IRS doesn't use those W-2s at 1099s except on filers. Well, your non-filers, they almost never use them against you. Very tiny amount of people, less than even 1/10 of 1% of non-filers. They use those 1099s against you. It's when you file and there's a mistake or not listed on your tax return, then they come after you. Say, hey, wait a minute, you forgot about this 1099 or W-2 you didn't put on there. Okay? So you will be fine just simply going on and investing what you want. But I do want to comment, since you brought it up, about that. Dan, I forgot to tell you, brother, say in real estate now, we are toward the end of the real estate market, like 2007, as you know. Cash out while you can before the crash happens, okay? Well, you sold your house a year ago, this year, a few months from now, do it. Because we're toward the end of this, just like 2008, boom! The market crashed. Real estate crashed. Stock market crashed. Okay? It's just a matter of time. Sorry. That's our privately owned money system, owned by the big banks, the Federal Reserve privately owned. That's how the crooked system works. Sorry. That's how it is. But you better be smarter than them and sell your real estate if you're going to sell it now, before it goes down further. Okay? Now, as far as what else to do, look. I was a financial planner back in my early 20s. Mutual funds, insurance, IRAs, I did all that stuff. But I never liked all these short-term games, because there's so many things happen that just throw things out of your window. Political events, legal events that happen, new law gets passed. That all these short-term trading techniques, they cannot consider all that legal, political stuff that throws everything out the window. Okay, if you want to invest in stocks, for example, do what Peter Lynch of Fidelity Magellan, the most successful mutual fund on earth ever, said to do. He made over 30% per year, trading billions of stocks for over 20 years, running Fidelity Magellan. He said, know the company's product, company's market, and company's management. Okay, and he had high school kids by knowing that do better than the professionals in the stock market. Now, having said that, stock market is going to be coming down too with the Great Depression. Another one will be around the corner. I don't know how soon. Maybe 4 months, maybe 2 years. I don't know exactly, but it's getting very close. Okay, I don't want to wait till it gets there. So yes, but the things to do, I personally, yes, I love crypto. I love gold and silver. Look, I take Bitcoin, accept Bitcoin. I accept XRP and Ethereum. Okay, those are much more stable. Long term, they're going to be around, and long term stability going up. The Bitcoin, they started these exchange traded funds. We basically are mutual funds of Bitcoin. They got every Tom and Dick and Harry be able to buy it without having to go create a wallet with 12-seat passport, all those kind of stuff. None of those, don't have to do any of those games. Just tell your stock market broker, give me some Bitcoin. Done. Just like that easy. So a lot more money went to Bitcoin, and it's going to continue going there because Bitcoin is the money of the future. Crypto is the money of the future. Electronic money is the money of the future. That's going to go up. And then, guess what? Ethereum wasn't doing much for a while. And Ethereum finally, guess what? Ethereum-based exchange-traded funds started. Now money started going to Ethereum. Ethereum doubled, practically speaking, in a matter of 6 months. Okay, almost. Okay? And the XRP, after Trump got elected, whoa, it went up right away after the election from about $2 to about $3. Okay, so that's got potential. So I like those. You might want to get some more other crypto, the big ones. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just more cautious. But if you do your homework on these cryptos and why they may be good or not, you got to do your homework first. I like gold and silver also because they're simple. I don't want to live my life chasing this high rate of return of making 80% per year. Okay, I'm doing okay. I live a good life. I'm comfortable. I got a nice home, nice family, love. I got cars. Okay, although I like those big limousines of old '90s. I like them. Cadillacs. I'm comfortable. So, but remember, those high returns got risks. If you're going to take the risk, maybe lose some of it, or go down quite a bit. Try other stuff. But for most people, as a financial planner, I recommend some silver, okay, more gold, and more crypto, and as the basics of what you got, safe, long term, because the future, like I said, money is electronic money, okay, and the alternative to the phony bank and government money is crypto. Bitcoin will always be the king because it was the first one. It'll be the most stable one. Always will go up long term. And I think, and Ethereum is number 2, and in my opinion, XRP number 3 has a lot of potential, pretty stable. So, I think those are simple ways to go. You don't have to go chase them more about this, that, the other. And as far as IRAs and Roth IRAs, you don't need those games. Those games are for people who file 1040 income tax confession forms. They want to reduce the amount of tax they pay when they file those 1040 income tax confession forms with the IRS. When they put the rope around their neck with an accountant or a CPA tax attorney. You don't want to do that at all. You don't need it. You're tax-free completely as it is right now, Alexander. Okay? So, and real estate, so get out of real estate, get out of stocks. This is not the time to be with them. And I don't like to time the market that close. I like long-term trends rather than short-term. You want to put a part of your portfolio, maybe 20%, into stocks, whatever that you like, fine. Go ahead and do that. Okay, but other than that, yep. I just rather do this safe long-term investments that are hassle-free. Any other questions, Alexander?
Thank you very much. Yeah. The only, just one clarification on this. So are you saying that, I understand the part where you don't file. You don't file with the IRS. I absolutely don't do that. My question is, when you sign up for some of these funds, they will ask you to fill out a tax form, but is that irrelevant, and does that not really matter, considering they'll have you sign up and fill out tax paperwork, but at the end, of the year, you just don't submit it. You just don't fill anything out with the IRS. Is that kind of how it goes?
Yes.
Because if that's the case, then I'm good. Then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Sounds like.
Yep.
Okay.
But
right.
I would suggest,
There you
consider
go.
my investment suggestions of knowing that this, if you understand the Federal Reserve System, how it works, how every dollar in the system is money made up by fraud, by banks to lend to the government or corporations or people to buy homes and cars. Every dollar. It's like a monopoly money. The new money in the game is all, you got to pay interest. And that interest will come out of the existing pool of money. They keep making more fraudulent money to hide their crime. But at the end, this game will come up that causes inflation and unemployment and recession. It's just inevitable. And I've seen it since the early 80s when I was in college. I was taught this in college, in economics classes. And I'm surprised. Americans have to be dumb economics majors. I tell them about this, they're like, what? They get lost in all the minutiae of all the macroeconomics and micro and all this nonsense. The basics of it they never got of how our money system works. If you want to know how the money system works, go on YouTube. David Maloney has a great series on how the money system works. Maloney, Maloney, David Maloney. Hidden Secrets of Money. Type it up. Great introduction on video how the money system really works. You will not want to be in stock market. You want to close or reduce significantly what you got with these stockbrokers that you're using. Okay, and definitely don't want to be real estate either. So with that, what's left, right? Precious metals and crypto. All right. Anything else, Alexander?
All right. No, that's perfect. I know Mike Maloney. I've watched his stuff, and he's amazing. So he's still around. He recently, I think like a year ago, he created a new book. So thank God for him. Yeah. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
You are welcome, my friend. Yeah. And you know, it's interesting. Mike Maloney predicting the crash coming up about a year ago. I saw him talk about that. And it didn't happen a year ago. But he didn't say it was happening a year ago. What he did say, we're getting near the end, and no one knows exactly where to time it. Okay? And that's the challenge. Yeah. The time to buy was like between, like 2009, 10, all the way to 2020 would have been okay. Okay? Get in the real estate market. Okay? For over 10 years. From 2020 on, it's gone up some, but it's been kind of flat the last couple of years. That tells you the curve is getting ready to come down. It takes sometimes longer. They play games with it. They drop interest rates. Now we have more inflation and less unemployment, which is why gold was at, what, $3,700 was yesterday? Silver about $42, $44, you know? So they're just going to delay it inevitable and make it worse. So anyhow, I hope that helps you, brother. Let's go to the next caller we have right now. It's the area code, I think 559 caller is next, right? Okay. From Fresno, California, where the Freedom Press Society used to be. They're defunct now, but there was a good freedom group that I learned a lot from. Sean O'Connor, and you know, bless his soul. You know, yeah, they were located in the Fresno area. Anyhow, all right, 559 area code caller. Give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School, and then your question, please.
Hey, Peymon, can you hear me?
Yes.
How's it going, brother? Man, it's an honor to speak with you. I'm going to go by the name Tony. It's not my real name, but I don't want to put my real name. Even though I'm no one famous, I'm a nobody, small fish, big pond. I'm going to use that name.
No problem.
So I just wanted to say I've been speaking to your workers, a few of them, and they're very helpful. I've just hopped on this down the rabbit hole of you know what you teach and all that, and I'm impressed by your work and Bill Bannister's work. So the reason why I'm calling is to ask if you can. I'm here with the mother of my children and my two daughters, and I am going to do it. I work a 9-to-5 construction job, and I'm the only income provider, right? So basically, I would like for you, even though you've been explaining it, I'd like for her to hear from the actual person who's promoting this that I'm going to be safe. You know, she wants, it's not a scam, that I'm not going to go to prison. And on top of it, if you can please say something to my rude mother, who I stopped talking to a week ago because I first heard about you on a YouTube channel where you came out on an interview, and I sent that to my mom, and she cussed me out because she works for H&R Block, and she's like, no, if you effing do that, you're going to go to prison, and you're effing dumb, you're an effing idiot. So if you could just please clarify for those two individuals, my wife and my mother. So I want it on record. Please,
okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling. And hey, listen, I don't need to know your name. I just want to call you, whatever you want me to call you. Tony, your name could be Charlie or David. I don't care. I just want to answer your question and help you, brother. So, look, go to our website, freedomlawschool.org. I'm going to put it on our screen. Okay, to 7 steps to free yourself of the IRS. Go down to step 4, take courage from our victories. The fact is that I've had this program, the Restore Freedom Plan, used to be called the Royal Freedom Package in 2001, when I started almost 24 years ago. And no student of me at Freedom Law School has ever gone to prison for not paying federal taxes, nor had their paycheck or bank account levied by the IRS or home or business seized by the IRS, as long as they came to me clean, not some pre-existing mess or silly things, dumb things they've done that I get to inherit, and as long as they stayed with me. So that's my proven track record. You will not find one guy out there says, no, I stayed with Peymon, went to prison. The one guy that got close to was Richard Grant. Richard Grant didn't stay with me. Richard Grant came to me first with the pre-existing problems, okay? And then when it came time to, they charged him. He didn't get the attorney that I want to get. He wanted to get his own attorney to pay him versus the one I want to get. I wanted to pay him. He got his own attorney and pay him. So, and I didn't have influence over that attorney to work with me. The attorney did not work with me. Neither did Richard Grant. So he got convicted, went to prison. I can't help somebody if they don't let me help them. Okay? You will not find anybody else besides him that says, oh, I was with Freedom Law School, went to prison. No. If I was doing what's so wrong, there should be a lot of my followers, students, go to prison. But there's none. And not one of my students, as I set up, had their money taken by the IRS. And I got lots of documented victories on step 4. Okay? You go click inside, you see a lot of victories on our website from myself and my students. Again and again and again. The biggest victory is right in front of your face. You're looking at them. Why? Since 1994, IRS has had me on the criminal investigation and other investigations, and they've been wanting to silence me to not wake up the American sheeple. But guess what? I've broken no laws by not filing and paying federal income taxes. They've been unable to put me in prison, and here I am on media passionately exposing IRS crimes and criminality. Come, IRS. It's not like you haven't tried for 30 years. Bunch of incompetent cops they are. Okay? So the proof is in the pudding right there. So why am I not in prison if I'm breaking the law? I'll be the number one guy they want to get for a long time. I mean, Joe Bannister, my student, was a former gun-carrying IRS special agent. He used to put people in prison for taxes. He learned from me and others I introduced him to about income tax fraud in 97. Quit the IRS in 99. He wrote a book about income tax, gave it to superiors, who sent it to the headquarters of the IRS's Criminal Investigation Division in Washington, D.C. He asked the head of the IRS, commissioner of the IRS, Rosati, show me the law requires Americans to file income tax. Then he gave me a gun to go after him and put him in prison. They never showed him the law. Why? He is a criminal enforcer. Should he not know the law? He is you with a gun putting on American people to put him in prison? But they never did because they can't. He went to debate the government many times back in the early 2000 years. To D.C. he flew from California. Not once any IRS agent, employee, official, or Department of Injustice lawyers ever came forward and said, oh, Joe Bannister, you're wrong. Here it is. The Internal Revenue Code, open up page so-and-so. This section says you got to pay income tax if you live in the 50 states. There it is. There it is. Very simple. Look at it right there. That's all you have to do. Open up the Internal Revenue Code tax law and show them the right page, the right code section. Now, once they did that, instead, the crooks in the deep state try to put Joe Bannister in prison. They had him indicted on some phony charges. And back in 04 or 05, I forgot, a long time ago, he went to trial, and there was no case against Joe to begin with. They got a ham sandwich indictment. This you can indict a ham sandwich nowadays because the government prosecutors control the jury, grand jury. But it doesn't matter. The trial jury said not guilty. There's no case here. He hasn't filed the income tax also for well over 20 years. They don't try to put him in prison either. He has been speaking publicly about them, openly. The proof is right there. The thing is, Tony, people experience cognitive dissonance. It's very hard. When you've been believed in lies all your life, and now you hear the truth, and it goes against all the lies you believed in. You just can't take it. Mentally, emotionally, it's hard. You know, it's like, I mean, look, 9/11 was not done by the Arab terrorists. JFK was not killed by Lee Harvey Oswald. And Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, we all know, FBI claims that he had all these thousands of girls there, and he only abused them himself. They do not provide any of his customers' identities. Really? He never had these, and no other men take advantage of these girls, young girls that he had? It was only Epstein himself. See? They've lied to you again and again and again. How much longer will you want to believe in the government? Because I know why. Because they treated us and raised us like infantile, like infants. To believe in government like it's mommy, daddy. Oh no, not my mom, not my dad. You say, my dad used to rape little children. My mom used to torture children and cut their fingers off. Not my mommy, not my daddy. Cannot be possible. Well, guess what? The government is not your mom, your daddy. Okay? They're a bunch of power-hungry big banks and the corporations, and a bunch of incompetent bureaucrats who wants the safety of income and job, do the bidding of the big masters that own the banks and corporations and all the politicians and the bureaucrats. That's what it is. That's all. Nothing that complex. So the question is, are you willing to investigate and verify you've been lied all your life? Do you want to continue believing a lie even though the truth is right in front of you? All you got to do is take a little time and say, I'll check it out for myself. I will read it for myself. I will make my own mind. Just let me read. I'm capable of reading and thinking for myself independently. Do that at our website, freedomlawschool.org. step by step. Anything doesn't sound right, ask questions, challenge us, call our office if you have to, and we'll be happy to give you full transparency and answers, as opposed to the crooks in government who want to hide secrets from you and lie to you that Epstein abused all these girls by himself. Does that help you, Tony?
Yes, it did. I appreciate the response. You're very helpful. And, man, I thank you for that. You know, is there a way to listen to this recorded, this segment that you do weekly so I can play it back to my mom at some point and throw it in her face? She's
sure.
not gonna like it.
It's on Facebook and Rumble. We'll leave it on Odyssey also, right? Or not Odyssey. We'll leave it on. YouTube, on YouTube and Rumble and Facebook, we have the live and question answer session. We leave that there, and then we do the edited version where we leave out the question answers. That also a separate video. But yes, it's available. If you can't find it, call our office 813-444-4800, and we'll be happy to make sure you get to see the video link to show to any family members you want.
Okay, Peymon, thank you. One more quick question. What are your goals for your Freedom Law School? Because, you know, we all die, right? We're all humans. So it seems like you're, we don't see your workers and your co-workers and all that. What is your ultimate goal once you pass on? You know, do you plan for Freedom Law School to live on way past your lifetime and, you know, and for your, I don't know if you understand my question. You know, what's your ultimate goal for Freedom Law School once you die, basically? You plan on giving it to somebody to run, you know, as passionately as you? And that'll be my ultimate question, and I'll hang up. But you have a great one, Peymon.
Well, listen, I got goals while I'm alive. Let's talk about that first, okay? My goal is to get rid of the income tax in America and free the slaves, okay? If God blesses me with the option to be Moses and get them out of Egypt, I'm trying to do my part, okay? I was 6 years old. There was a knowing to me that I'm going to do something big when I get older. I had no idea what it was. I had really no idea. And then I was doing regular business, other stuff, came across this in 1992. An income tax fraud, and one night I saw the fraud in the presentation. I said, that's it. This is what I meant to do all my life. I knew that. And then I also knew that I was in this at a very young age of 29, because I'm going to learn so much from all the great people of the time. Their knowledge will become my knowledge, and I get to improve on what they do to really make a big difference out there all these times. And so I'm hoping that before I go, I'll see the income tax disappear on American people. We can tax tariffs. We can tax immigrants. That's right. We can have income tax on immigrants for the privilege of coming to America. And that's the best way to fund this new union with the new immigrants who can't find jobs in the third world. We've got lots of jobs in America. Okay, America has the most usable agriculture in the whole world, most minerals in the whole world, oil and gas. I mean, so much we got here, natural resources and land, usable land, and the system of freedom. So I want to see that America become that, and America become good. I want to get rid of all this money coming to government to go and fund all these wars across the globe they've done, okay? Especially since World War II, okay? I want to see all that America be reduced to a nation of peace and greatness and love, and be an example, and not the evil empire it has unfortunately come to. That's what I like to see. Now, how far do I get on that area besides income tax? I don't know. Depends how soon we get rid of income tax. I'm hopeful by end of Trump's administration, him and I will get together and he can enforce income tax law as written now. Put on IRS's website, employers, you don't have to withhold from your employees any income or FICA, federal taxes whatsoever. Employees, you don't have to have any withholding from your paycheck, and no more filing of income tax either. And we will not back up anybody who takes money from the employees. You're on your own. They could sue you. You have no protection for stealing your employees' money. Congress, you have 90 days to come up with a new plan to fund the government. Go ahead, swamp. You deal with it. I've done my job. Like Mikhail Gorbachev. His job was to free the people of the various countries of the Soviet Union. I think Trump's job ultimately will be to do the same. Blow up this empire in D.C. Let the value of housing in D.C. go down because it's going to be empty of bureaucrats. 90% plus empty. Okay? And America can be a great country for my children, grandchildren, and do other stuff. Other freedom causes, I like to do. I mean, I want to do something. I don't stay around. I want to have more time to play and swim and run. I like doing all those things, And when I leave, I don't know. That's just so far away. I ask God to keep me around until I get 100. I want see all my grandkids grow up. I started late getting married, so I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But I'm having fun in the process. That's all I can tell you. Okay? So thank you for those questions. I appreciate that. We have one more call from area code 919. But first, anybody with more questions? Number to call is?
Oh, thank you, Peymon. Thank you. God bless you.
You're welcome, brother. Thank you for calling, Tony. I appreciate you, brother. Okay?
Yes, sir. Bye.
Bye-bye, my friend. If you have a question, the number to call is 424-552-1299 and press 1. By the way, next Tuesday, I forgot to tell everybody, I'm going to be in Texas, interviewed by Mike Adams in person and live in Austin, Texas. So, Fremont will be a little bit different. I'm not sure how we're going to do that thing. And maybe I'll do something from there. I'll probably broadcast this from his studio. We'll see. I'll talk to Mike Adams about that, okay? Maybe we'll get to talk, but I won't be here. So, anyhow, if you have a question, anybody, announce yourself. Call the number 442-552-1299 and press 1. 424-552-1299 and press 1 to be on the list of people with questions. Right now we have a 919. And you could call and give me your first name. I heard about Freedom Law School. And then your question, please.
Yeah, Dane. Peymon.
Yes, what's your name?
Dane.
Dave, is that right?
Dane?
Dane, oh.
D-A-N-E, yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. And how did you hear about us, Dane?
Yeah, I've been writing in your chat, Linda Foxwood. That's my wife's name, and she had a site, YouTube channel, and she said, I can't deal with it no more. So I said, I'll take it over. So I'm Linda Foxwood. Okay. How did I hear about you? I've talked to you about 3 times, I guess, in the last 20 years. I was in Irwin Shift, and you have a lot better information than you ever had. And I've been following you. I stopped paying tax in 1999. They come after me every year and freaking me out and give me letters and I go, I don't do anything. And they just fall apart. They don't ever call me or do anything. They sent the sheriff to my house with what's called a tax warrant from North Carolina. That's why I called about state taxes. And I called the guy and the sheriff in North Carolina, and he goes, I acted like I was his representative. And I go, hey, I got these paperwork, and I'm ruffling papers. I said, this guy from, Dane somebody. And he goes, oh, yeah, the sheriff is, the deputy's going out to your house today. I said, oh, great. And he said, do you want his phone number? I said, okay. So I called him on the phone. I said, where are you going? He goes, I'm going to, Dane's house. And I go, oh, great. I said, I'm sitting here with him, I'm here by myself. But I said, I'm sitting here with him. I said, what kind of warrant is that? He goes, it's called a tax warrant. And I go, okay. What judge signed that? He goes, no judge signs these. I go, oh, really? And I'm looking, ruffling more paper. I go, listen, any judge has to sign a warrant, so I don't understand what you're trying to do here. He goes, we serve these every day. I'm really mad now. I said, they're serving these every day to normal people like me and you. a warrant given by the state to the sheriff department, and it's supposed to be a warrant. I'll stop now just for a second and let you comment for a minute, but I got, just to finish the story off, if you don't mind.
I don't know what to say. You have not asked me any questions, my friend. What do you want me to answer for you, Dane?
Okay, that's a good response. How can we avoid these state taxes that they levy my business where I work at, and they take 10% out every month of all the tax load, which is about $60,000, and I have no regress on them. Is there any way to get into how we avoid state taxes? That's the only question I really have. Well, state taxes. How do we get rid of these guys? Because they're illegally doing everything.
Okay. Well, the problem is that, North Carolina is one of the more aggressive states when it comes to state income tax. Over the years, I've noticed that. So one solution is to leave the state. Leave the states who have a state income tax. That's one option, if you can do that. If you can't, I tell people in California, look, I lived in California. I moved here 11 years ago to Florida. I got tired of that communism and socialism over there. So I said, I'm out of here. I saw Florida one time.
Yeah.
I said, that's it. I'm next year. So go to Tennessee, go to Florida. Why are you staying there? Let me ask you this. Why are you staying in North Carolina?
Well, I'm saying here, they're only taking 10% of my money when they can. Most of the time, they can't touch my money. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
But they are.
Took my bank account.
You said they are taking 10% of your paycheck every time you get paid, correct?
They did until my employer, I had 4 years they had wanted to pay. Well, North Carolina sent a letter to my employer and said, listen, he paid off that bill. I didn't pay off the 4 bills. I paid off the first bill. So for a year, I haven't paid a dime. And the other 3 bills they had waiting on me. And I said, man, I love this place. These guys can't even figure out, the finance company can't even, the guys that pay me, can't even figure out when they write a good letter or a bad letter. And I'm just sitting on waiting on the next one. But that's just their fault because they're unemployed like everybody else. You got short people. You don't know what you're doing. The computers are all screwed up. I'm just lucky to resist this. But I thought you had an idea of what we can do with states. Except move from one state.
It is simple. When it comes to states, you got three choices. 3. You choose. 1, leave that state who is aggressive with state income tax. That's like North Carolina. 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Don't file. Don't pay. They come after you. If you're Johnny Paycheck, sorry, you're exposed. If you had your own business, you would not be so exposed. But you're Johnny Paycheck. They know where your money is with the employer.
Yeah.
So start your own business, perhaps.
What I'm doing, man.
Okay. And maybe or file pay income tax, or you can file pay states so they take less from you. You can do that if you want to, or don't file and see what happens.
Hey, you remember from years ago? I haven't paid taxes in 1999. At least I quit filing. These guys went nuts trying to find out where the hell I am, and they know how much I made. Social Security tells them how much I made, and they still can't touch me. I swear to God, you are the best person ever on the tax.
Thank you. Thank you. You're very kind. Well, listen, you're free of the federal taxes. That's good. Listen, I tell you what you can do. You know what you can do? Call us for our Restore Freedom brochures and start passing them out to your coworkers. I'll get to help them income tax free. You get paid in the back. You put on there your name and phone number when they call us. Who referred you, Dane? We're going to call you, Dane. We're going to pay you. We want to pay you. Okay, become a member of a Restore Freedom Plan. We'll pay you when other people join, and we guarantee you and them 100% safety. Right? Have fun doing that.
I've never been anybody with the intelligence level that you could read an IRS code book. I did. I'm freaking smart. And I read 13 times. I read the IRS code book 26. I'm like, there's nothing here. just like you probably did. You're like, I'm smart. I can read it, and I can't find nothing. Bannister read it. He didn't find nothing either. He got fired because he couldn't find anything.
Right.
Oh, my God. Erwin Schiff is like, he's like half our intelligence, and he found it. Okay. so we're twice as smart as Erwin Schiff found it. The code is so easy to break, but you need a brain the size of a fucking house computer. I mean, sorry, my language, but a house the size of your house to figure out what they're trying to say. It's ridiculous. I broke the code, you broke the code, and we all broke the code. But the people were going to court, and they're like, "I don't understand." Well, what a chance you got? You've been
Dan, hold on, Dan, listen,
no?
listen. Dan, hold on.
Yeah.
I gotta get to other people's questions.
Let me let you go.
Okay, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Thank you for calling. Okay, we have a caller, new one from
Great
area
person.
code
Let me-
206. Caller, you're live, my friend, with Freedom Law School. Give me your first name, how you heard about Freedom Law School,
Yeah.
and then your question, please, my friend. Hold on, let me make you live.
Yeah.
There you are. Go ahead.
Hello, this is Lisa. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Lisa.
Can you hear me?
Yes. How did you hear about Freedom Law School, Lisa?
Yeah. Well, you guys, about 6 months ago, I got a little text, and I haven't looked back. But anyways, I haven't filed taxes for like 3 years, right? And so far, I haven't been harassed. But the question I have is, I just got paid today, and I'm looking at this federal tax coming out of my check, and I want to know what's the form number I need to fill out in Washington State to stop the federal tax coming out of my check. And if I do that, what kind of harassment will I expect in the future?
No. Listen, I can show you to go to our website, okay, at freedomlawschool.org on the right, on the top right area. The menu comes down, okay? The third item is free yourself from tax withholding. Go there, and it shows you how to stop income tax withholding from your paycheck. Okay, that is easy.
Awesome.
Okay.
I can do that.
Yeah, the form, instructions, video, and writing, it's all there for you.
Excellent. I'll take a look at that. And I haven't been in there a while, so sorry about that. But I'll go take a look. And other people, I'm sure, have done this. So what kind of harassment would happen once I do this? Or can I expect anything to come back at me on it?
99% plus nothing. The IRS will leave you alone.
Good.
The IRS, but there's a 1% less that they may come after you, you know, and that's why we offer the Restore Freedom Plan to work together, to back each other up, and to support and fund the freedom movement to take our country back. The fact that 100,000 people filled up that stadium for Charlie Kirk's memorial tells me that a lot of people in America know something's wrong. They're interested in fixing it, but we haven't reached them. But to reach them, guess what we need? We need money to get our message out there. The more money you got, the more you can get advertising and sponsorships of good people to get your podcasts and get your message out there. So you joining our Restore Free Plan will help us get our message out to them, to get our country back.
Yeah, because I'm talking to, people at work for the last, 4 or 5 months, and they thought I was nuts, but then I've been kind of showing them information. So now they're asking me questions, so I've referred them to your website. And also, I heard you on the last caller talk about brochures that you can hand out to people. Can I get those through your website as well?
Yes, call us at 813-444-4800 or go to our website. It's there. The link is there to request it automatically on there. Either way works. We answer our phones, actually. We want to talk to you. Call us, 813-444-4800.
Great, I wrote it down. Okay, well, I'll keep it short because you probably got other people calling, but I love you, and thank you so much. It was the best text I ever got was from you guys, email, whatever it was. So keep moving, and I'm going to be joining the forces, so count me in.
Thank you. So listen, Lisa, you join Restore Freedom Plan, call us, we give you these brochures, put in the back your name and phone number. When they hand it to them, they join, they mention your name, we want to pay you, thank you, acknowledge you, for joining our Restore Freedom Plan. Okay?
Awesome.
All right, everybody.
You're
Thank
awesome.
you. Thank you. I love you, Lisa.
You're
Thank
the
you.
man.
Thank you. Thank
We
you.
stick together. It's gonna work. So hang in there, and I'll let you go. Thank you, buddy. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate you. Okay, guys. Looks like the lines are free. And we're going to go to the questions on the chat, guys, if you guys want to get that. But I'm going to give the number one more time. If anybody else has any questions that they want to ask me orally, the number to call if you have a question is 424-552-1299 and press 1. Again, to ask a question, the number to call is 424-552-1299 and press 1 on your telephone keypad, and you will get to ask your question from me live. So having said that, let's go online to see if your question's there until somebody decides to call in. We have no more questions online? We're good? Okay, all right. Anyhow, I'll be with Mike Adams and next Tuesday, next Tuesday, the 30th, I'll be there. So we're going to rebroadcast that if I'm being interviewed with Mike Adams on there. So that's it, guys. Anything else, Gad? We're good? All right, everybody, listen. I love you all, and I want you to have a free, prosperous, joyous love of peace and harmony. But I cannot do it for you. Only you can make that choice. Call us, get our brochures, read them for yourself. We got 2 versions of the Restore Freedom brochure and Fast Track Your Success. Either one, same content, just a different cover. We mail them to you. Go to our website. As you drive around, listen to our video. Okay, our videos, listen to them at freedomlawschool.org while you drive safely, at lunch at work, dinner at home, planning again one more time. This time, watch and know independently of your own mind that you're doing the right, truthful, good thing to be free. Don't have to fund the swamp, the wars, the criminality, okay, that's going on out there. You don't have to take part in that. You don't have to support it with your money. You can take it away. Take it back to your family that needs it with this inflation that's killing people. American people are in debt because of the inflation going on right now. Well, while your money's being sent to the IRS, stop that. And let's work together to have you be free and prosperous and peaceful country where we have more peace, prosperity, and joy for all of us together. Thank you for being with me.